of little openings called spiracles, and those are connected to little tubes, and the tubes are called trachea. So I would write both of those down in your notebooks. They don't have lungs, they don't have gills. They have little tiny holes or openings along their abdomen and thorax. And then those are connected to tubes that run through the body, and then blood washes over those, and that's how they get their oxygen. So again, the respiratory system is made up of spiracles and trachea, and that's definitely different from any of our other arthropods we've looked at so far. As far as mouth parts go, that was probably another thing that you noticed on your dissection, really how different it is. And so our insects are going to have about 3 pairs of mouth parts, which if you look on the right, they can be modified in several different ways. So the 3 mouth parts we'll be talking about are the labium, the maxilla, and the mandible. So the mandible is typically used for crushing and grinding. You should have saw it on your grasshopper or at least your crawdad. They're very thick and they have teeth on the edge for crushing. The labium are skin handling food. And then the maxilla acts as sort of an accessory to the mandible. This will help crush that food as well. So they definitely have 3 mouth parts. And then again, you can see over here that they can be modified in different ways. So the butterfly, its long and skinny to siphon. Certain flies will have their mouth parts modified to like sponge up liquids that they've digested. Things like a praying mantis will be modified, or your grasshopper for chewing. So it's different in every organism that you're looking at. Something that's pretty interesting about our insects is they have a really good sense of response and nervous system. And so of all arthropods, they definitely have the best sensory system. Good at using antennae, good at sensing chemicals. If you look at the picture up on the right, you can see that's the little fly foot. You can see all the little hairs that are good at picking up chemicals and scents. And then they even have little receptors on the bottom of their feet that they can sort of taste with, and several insects have that. So it's kind of odd to picture yourself tasting with your feet, but several insects can actually do that. Again, don't forget they have compound eyes, and so those are really, really good at sensing movement, but not so good at seeing a diagram. Remember that, or rather an image, sorry. Remember, it's kind of like they see a mosaic. So the more lenses they have, the better the images, but no matter what, they're still much better at detecting movement. And then the antennae they have are super sensitive. So they can pick up, they have all these little branches that are covered with hairs, and that allows them to pick up scents and chemicals, and in some cases from very long distances away, because that's one way they communicate. And so their response system, which really goes along with that nervous system we looked at earlier, is very well set up. So finally, I'll kind of end with digestion. They have a pretty interesting reproductive system. It's really just digestive system. So it's really just a tube shape. And then a lot of times it's divided up into a foregut, a midgut, and a hindgut. So the foregut is more for taking in food and storing it. You can see they have their esophagus and then their crop, which is used for storage. The midgut is more for breaking it down. So several insects have, you can see the gizzard's still part of the foregut, but their stomach is here. They have these gastric ceca, which release digestive enzymes into their stomach. And then the hindgut is for digestion and then getting rid of waste. And then don't forget they have these Malpighian tubules to get rid of waste. And so those are really good at taking liquid and putting it back into the body and mixing the waste with their solid waste. So overall, these are some general insect characteristics, and we'll talk about these more in depth next time. But make sure you have these recorded in your notebooks. If you need to go back, feel free to do that. And I will see you next time.